Okay, welcome back to my channel. This is What If Deku was Maui. So, for those of you who don't know what Maui's abilities, he can shape shift with his magic, fishing hook. I don't know the extent of his shape shifting. And he also has super strength, or godly strength, and a godly body. Demigod. So what I'm doing in this one is, basically making Deku Maui. But he's not reincarnation. He basically gonna be Maui. He's gonna live Maui's life. So, let's start this. As Deku was way back, he was born way back where, people wandered from island to island. Before quirks was even invented. Before all the major continents was, there. Where it was only small continents, no, not small continents, small islands that people lived on. And Deku was born. He was born the son of a mother and a father. And their last names was Midoriya. The first names, that doesn't matter. So, Deku was born. They thought that, they took one look at him. They threw him in the ocean. They did not want him. Deku was sad from this. Well, he was a baby, so he basically drowned. Then he found himself in the lands of the gods. The gods basically took Deku and turned him into a demigod. They woke him up from his slumber, as you can say. They gave him life again. They turned him into a demigod. They gave him godly strength. And then they gave him his fishing hook. And Goku, not Goku. Oh, I watched this video. I watched the Fallout What If's video. He going live right now. So basically, Deku, he was taken in by the gods. The gods then gave Deku a magic hook, a fishing hook, which he learned from them how to shapeshift, how to turn in and out of animals. And then during that time, he grew up. Then he started doing deeds for humans to gain their love, because I thought he was half human. So, Deku, basically, what he did first was he started pulling islands from the sea with his hook. And, people were happy with that because they got more islands to live on. Deku then, since it looked like everyone was walking, so close to the ground, basically crawling, what Deku did is he went to where the sky was. He lifted it up. He went to the tallest mountain and threw the sky on the mountain. So now the sky was elevated, so people wasn't hunchbacked all the time. And people were happy from that too. Deku then told the man that was the keeper of the winds. He told him to release the wind. He did. What Deku was doing was he wanted to fly a kite. So he did. He was flying a kite. And the kite, flew away. Then he taught, mortals how to properly use the wind and use it for sailing and, other things. For fire, he basically went to, you see this picture right here? He went to a volcano or some land. And he took fire from, the fire goddess. And he extinguished it, saying it's useless, and then he taught humans how to make fire on their own from rubbing two sticks together. He then killed the eel and buried his guts. Easy as that. But this was no ordinary eel. This was no eel of a person. Magic eel. Now we did all of that. He also took a heart of Tafiti to try to give humans, the ability to create life on their own. But y'all see how that affected him. But Maui was exiled for 1,000 years. 1,000 years later, Moana was born. Moana then, did her voyage like she did in canon. Or, the Moana movie. And all the events happen in the movie. She basically, follows the ocean to where Maui is. And, after a couple of, setbacks, dealing with Maui. As Maui, had to get his fish hook back. Fighting with Tamatoa, the giant crab. Nearly dying and escaping with his fish hook. Leaving Tamatoa on his back. But he eventually got over it, So, they then, fought, Maui then, learned how to use his powers again, well, deku. And he don't look buff like, Maui in this picture. He look, more like a teenager. Which he gonna stay looking like a teenager. And he does have green hair. Long green hair. Green eyes. And lighter skin. But he does have the tattoos. And he is muscular. But, he's not that buff. He's just muscular. So, they defeat, Taka, I think, and bring back Tafiti. As she gets her heart back and turns back normal. And, after that's all done, he basically goes to sleep. He was put into a deep slumber for over millions and millions of years. Not to wake up, for a long time. And over the years, the humans basically kept watch over him, because they knew he was put to sleep. So they built a shrine for him. And he was not to be awakened for, millions and millions of years. Until, one day he was awakened. Now we're in the age of quirks. Everyone has the superpowers. Everyone has a quirk. And, Deku is awoken by this rat. As Deku wakes up, from sleeping so long, he says, as he gets up, he says, that was a long sleep. As he isn't speaking Japanese, he's speaking, his language. And then that dude basically trying to talk with, Maui. He trying to learn his language. Maui is understanding him. So Nezu teaches Maui his language, which I'm gonna say, Deku is a fast learner. So he learned, Nezu's language, Japanese, pretty fast. And Nezu basically asks, what were you sleeping in here for? As Deku basically says, this is my resting place. I was asked to, by the gods to take millions, take, go to sleep for millions and millions of years. Nezu asks, what do you mean by the gods? Oh, you must not know me, little creature, talking rat. My name is Maui. I'm the demigod, Maui. As Nezu does know the tales of Maui, the one who pulled islands from the sea, lifted the sky, taught humans fire, fought Taka, did all these things for humans, and then he went to sleep. He suddenly disappeared. But, only people who knew what he exactly was, Moana's family line. And, the Midoriya family line. After, Deku's mama, his mama, after she died, her granddaughter found out that she actually had, her daughter found out that she had a brother, Maui. And she was sad about the fact that her mother basically gave up her brother just because she didn't like the way he looked. He was different from her. He was light-skinned, lighter skin tone, I meant. He wasn't as dark as her, he was lighter. And what she did was she basically kept tabs on Maui. And she did eventually meet him one time, saying that I am your sister, and I'm sorry for what Mama did to you. And, Maui basically says, okay. And from the years, the Midoriya family, they told the stories of Maui. Basically, they're a demigod that's actually related to them by blood. They're family with the demigods Maui. And, Maui is basically half immortal. Well, semi-immortal, meaning he can't die from age. He needs to either die from another god, or, somebody on the level of, a god that's not yet a god yet, like Tamatoa. Tamatoa is, what, people theorize was a human, but he was turned into a giant crab from getting Maui's hook. And I can't lie, I love Tamatoa's song. So, Deku basically tells Nezu why he was put to sleep, and he tells him a little bit about himself, that he's Maui, the demigod of the wind and sea. Yeah, he is the demigod of the wind and the sea. Even though the ocean doesn't really seem to like him that much, but I feel like they made up. So the ocean does, occasionally talk to him, or hint at it. And Moana is alive. She's also asleep, which I really want to. I'm going with this other concept that Moana is a god. So I'm going with that. So Moana is also a demigod, but she's a demigod of the ocean and a demigod of peace. That's what I'm saying. Don't judge me. That's my what if. I could do whatever I want. Basically, in this what if, I'm playing God. That's what most what ifers do. We play God. And basically, Maui says this to Nezu. And then Nezu introduces Maui to all the heroes, to All Might and everyone else. All the heroes basically, none to the public. They see this teenager with a giant hook come out with Nezu. Deku is tall, but not that tall. He's 7 foot. Not 7 foot. No, he's 6 foot. When I get 7 foot from? No, I don't want him to be that tall. He's just basically 6 foot. That everyone asks, who is this? Nezu says, oh, he is a demigod. His name is Maui. They say, wait, what? A demigod? What do you mean? He is Maui, the demigod, like I just said. You never read the tales? They say, no. And then, Maui basically sings a song about him. He sings the You're Welcome song, which I don't have, and I'm pretty sure that's copyright, so I can't play it. And, basically it happened. So, they all hear the tales of Maui. Maui then says, well, we need to wake up another demigod that I know. She's a friend of mine. And, she's the demigod of the ocean and peace. They say, where is she located? And he says, you can't come with me. Mortals are not allowed where demigods and gods dwell. And she then, spins around this hook and then turns into a giant falcon. They say, whoa, as he flies away. He flies away to where the heart of Tafiti lies. Tafiti's island. As mortals can't really walk on there normally. They walk on there, they gonna feel a little bit tired every step. So Maui basically goes there. He finds Moana and wakes her up. Moana says, oh, hi Maui. It's been a long time, hasn't it? Maui says, yes. And he basically teaches Moana, Japanese. And he says, we're in, far, distant future where they have, these they have these boats that don't need paddling, that don't need a sail. He also says that there are these wagons, they have these strange contraptions that they have on these things called roads that they drive on. He basically tells them all about, the future and a lot of things. She's fascinated by it. So Maui turns back into a falcon and, picks her up and brings her back to where where Maui awoken was, where he was awakened. They go down and they land. Maui then says, this is, Moana. I said, wait. No, they don't know the story of Moana. And Moana basically says that, well, she is a demigod, which she didn't know she was actually one, but she found out that she was a demigod. And they say, oh, okay. And, she basically explains her power. She has, power over the ocean and this ability to make people go passive, to basically make them stop attacking others. Peace. Basically bring peace. She also has control over nature and animals. And I said, okay. As they bring them to UA, everyone sees, Maui walking around with his fish hook. And it's basically, his skirt made out of leaves. Moana also in her, clothes that she had. Just walking around. They finally get to UA. And, they telling them that they're going to become heroes, integrated into society, and then become heroes, which this is about the time that Bakugo is, he's, this was that's going to be in high school, for to make it easier for me. Bakugo is 12 at this time. So, they get 2 years to integrate into society. Now, let's go to a different character, as Inko Midoriya. Inko Midoriya, she has a daughter, Izuki Midoriya. And, Inko knows the story of Maui. Basically, it's passed down through all the generations of their family. And there are other people in, the Midoriya family, but they're not in Japan. They're all over the world, everywhere. And Inko gonna tell her daughter when she turns 13 of the stories of Maui. Inko then, Maui then says, "Oh, yes, I have a question to ask." As they ask, "What's your question?" "I need you to find a family." They ask, "What kind of family?" "A family called Midoriya." They ask, "Why you need to learn about this family?" Deku says, "This is the name of, that is my family. You can say I was born to that family." They say, "Wait, what? You was actually born into that family?" He says, "Yes, I wasn't born a demigod. I was basically turned into a demigod." They ask, "How?" "When I died, I was turned into a demigod." They ask, "How did he die?" He says he was abandoned by his mother, his father. He died. He was turned to a demigod after being found by the gods and given his magic hook. And, the reason I wouldn't find my family is because when I was originally became a demigod, after some of my deeds I did for the humans, after my mother and my father passed away, and my sister, my little sister, technically, she contacted me after figuring out who I was. And she apologized for what mother and father did. But I really didn't hold it against them because I really didn't care. And, we made peace. And she left. She told the stories of me to the rest of our family. As they say, "Oh, okay." So they figure out, they try to take some of Maui's blood, but they can't puncture his skin to find the family, so they just search up the name Midoriya. And they see there's 2 right now in Japan with the last name Midoriya. Inko Midoriya and Izuki Midoriya. Which Hisashi is not a Midoriya. He says, "Oh, there is 2 that's currently in Japan." He says, "Oh, okay." "And there's some all over the world." He says, "All right. And give me the location of the ones in Japan." He says, "Okay." Yes, Nezu gives him the location of everyone in Japan. And Maui goes to the ones in Japan. He basically visits, Inko and Izuki. He knocks on the door. Inko opens it, saying, "Hello, who is it?" As Izuku says, "I'm Maui." As Inko says, "Wait, what? Maui? The demigod Maui from our family?" As he says, "You remember well." So I really was told through our generations. Yes, I am the demigod Maui. Inko asks, "What are you doing here? And how long ago did you awaken?" As he said, "Not too long. About a year ago." She says, "Oh, well, come in." As he walks in, and he learns more about, their family history, what they did, what their family basically did. All over the years that he was asleep, she basically told him about the things that his sister did, the things that the people did, all throughout their generations of families. that they basically became protectors of Maui's tomb. Well, not his tomb, his resting place. They spread his worship, his name all over the world. Well, people think it's a myth, but it's not. And Maui has his own religion, even though not in real Polynesian mythology. People didn't really worship Maui like he wanted, but he didn't really mind it. Like in his song, if you can hear it in his song. You're welcome. It's okay. No need to pray. You're welcome. Which was pointed out to me by a YouTuber by the name of forgot something backstories. This is a YouTuber who basically gives the backstories of characters from movies like Disney movies, Pixar probably, and things like that. This is where I got most of my concepts for Maui's power. And Izuki comes out, she sees this teenage boy, and she asks, "Mom, who is this?" As Inko explains, "Sweetie, I was going to tell you this story when you turn 14, 13, 14, but let me tell you now. From our family history, way back then, a boy was born. His father and his mother did not want him, so they threw him into the ocean. The boy drowned. He was then found by gods and given life again. He then, became a demigod. He did a lot of amazing feats. He pulled oceans from the water. He held up the sky. He taught humans fire. He gave people coconuts. He did a lot of things." You say, "Wow, he seems pretty strong." As she then continues, "That man, that boy is from our family. Our family tree. His mother basically threw him in the water, along with his father. But he, reconnected with his sister, our ancestor. And they basically made peace. And through this whole time, our ancestor basically been telling the stories of Maui, our god." And she says, "Well, so what does this man have to do with it?" She then says, he is from our family, and you'll know exactly who he is when you turn 14. And you must keep our religion a secret to most people, because most people shouldn't know." And she says, "Okay." So no, she kept the secret, and basically they kept talking, Maui and Inko, and then Maui left. Now another year passed, and Inko basically tells her who that man was, or that teenage boy. She says, "That teenage boy that you saw was Maui, our god." He said, "Wait, what? He's still alive?" Inko says, "Yes. He basically is semi-immortal." She said, "What do you mean by semi-immortal?" "He can't die from old age, but he can die from basically getting attacked by gods and other things like that, or people on the god level." She asked, "Can All Might kill him?" "No, sweetie. All Might isn't on the level of a god." And she basically tells him that. And this one gonna leave this part off, because honestly I'm getting tired. No, actually, no, I can go a little bit longer. If I try, I can probably get this up to an hour. Nah, I'm sorry, what if I gotta... No need to pray. It's okay. Thank you for subscribing. Laru Thomas. Sorry if I butchered your name. So, Izuki, she's in high school. She actually did tell Bakugo about her religion, that she worshiped a god by the name of Maui. He asks, who is this Maui person? And she says Maui is basically someone who is actually from our family, from my family, who was turned into a demigod. He said, wait, what? He then says that he is still alive till today, but, we can't come in contact with. We can come into contact with him if we pray to him. He says, wait, can I meet him? As she says, yeah, sure, one day. But not right now. He's basically getting accustomed to our world, or our time. He said, cool, is he stronger than All Might? Well, my mother says he's way stronger than All Might. As Bakugo says, no way. And Izuki says, my mother said that he once held up the sky, that he pulled islands from the sea, that he fought with a god, an evil god, and he defeated her, him and his friend, who's also a demigod. As Bakugo basically shocked by this, and he's more excited to meet Deku. So she says, all right, fine, I'll show him to you when we get home, but we need to go to a discreet location. As he says, okay. So this is the end of middle school. So oh yeah, Izuki's quirk, she basically has fire manipulation, pyrokinesis, basically telekinesis and fire breathing mixed together. So basically, she, after school, last day of school, they don't run into the sludge villain because they don't they don't take that shortcut. And All Might basically takes down the sludge villain earlier than in canon, and he imprisons the sludge villain. The sludge villain is now in prison. Izuki then takes Bakugo to the place where Maui was when he first woke up. Bakugo says, whoa, what is this place? As Izuki says, this is the place where Maui went to sleep at, where he rested for millions and millions upon years. Bakugo says, whoa, it's a long time of sleeping. And she basically shows him around the place, and then she started praying to Maui. Maui felt her praying, so he went over to her in his bird form. He basically flew over there and landed outside of the cave, and he walked in this bird form and then switched out. Izuki, why are you praying to me at this time? As she says, I wanted you to meet my friend. His name Bakugo. As he says, Bakugo. So, you're Bakugo Koski. As Nko talks about your family a lot. As Bakugo sees this, dude that looked like a teenager. And he's, he can see that he is mentally, he thinking that he's like 6 foot tall or something. And he's muscular, wearing, leaves and things on this without, regular pants or a shirt, with all these tattoos. And this giant hook. Bakugo says, that's awesome. I'm Bakugo Koski. And you must be Maui, right? As he says, yes, I am. And he says, oh, are you really that strong? Can you really lift the island out to sea? As Deku basically says, yes, I can. And he says, whoa, can you train me to be as strong as you? As Deku says, you can't get to the level of a demigod, and you can't become a demigod. Sorry to say. So, Deku tells this Bakugo, but he says, I can train you on your quirks, is that what they call it? He says, yeah, they call it quirks. Yeah, I can train you on your quirk. As Bakugo says, oh, that's cool. And I'm gonna also train you in your body. You should probably get some muscles. And also train your bones. Need some tougher bones. What is your quirk exactly? As Bakugo says, I have an explosion quirk. So, where am I going with this? So, Deku trains Bakugo and Izuki on their powers. Izuki has fire. He trains her how to use her fire and her telekinesis. And, how to use them both in conjunction to where she can produce the fire out her hands and other body parts. And she wouldn't get burned by it. He teaches Bakugo how to, strengthen his bones and his body, lifting weights until, he don't. And then he tells Bakugo to stop there. That's his limit. And he can't get any stronger than that. Bakugo is at peak human performance. Izuki, no, he ain't at peak human performance, but he got a pretty strong body. And he's, his quirk won't hurt him, rattle his bones that much from what it did. So, it's the day of the entrance exam. No, Izuki and Bakugo go to the entrance exam. They take it. They don't talk, during the exam. No, they get pretty high. Bakugo is the smartest he is in canon, and he gets second place. And Izuki gets, third, with Momo in first. Which Maui is smarter than Maui Moana is smarter than Principal Nezu. Why I'm saying this, God knowledge. Basically, I'm saying they have the knowledge of gods. So, either he still, yells at dumb school saying what should I say? That they're so inconsiderate they didn't even talk about the 0-pointer. As President Mike basically says that well, kid, I was gonna get to that, but you interrupted me, so let's start. The 0-pointer is basically an obstacle. You don't really have to face it. You can if you want to, but you don't have to. So, they take the exams, and Izuki and Bakugo do quite well. Izuki saves Uraka from being crushed by the 0-pointer. Araka thanks her right there and then. And then, they go home waiting for their, letters, saying that they pass. They get their letters and they see Deku. He the one who doing it, not, All Might. Well, All Might doing the rest of the students, but he doing Izuki's and Bakugo in particular. Which Izuki did get higher than Bakugo. Because powers is stronger than his. And, they both got the same letter. Deku says, "Oh, hello, Izuki. Congratulations on getting, first place on the entrance exam. And, welcome to UA." As Bakugo, he says, "Hello, Bakugo." As, Mitsuki hears this. As, yes. Bakugo says, it's Maui. No, not Maui. It's Deku. As Iko says, "Wait, you know him?" And he says, "Yeah, I can tell you, but I have to ask Miss Inko, Auntie Inko." And she says, "Oh, okay." And he says, "Congratulations on getting second place on the entrance exam. You had just below enough points below Izuki, who actually got first place. So congratulations. So welcome to UA." Then after that's done, Mitsuki asks, "What, who is this person?" And Bakugo says, "Well, come to me to Inko's house." As he says, "Oh, okay." As they go to Inko's house and ask Inko if he could tell his mom about Maui, and he says, "Oh, I'll tell her." As Inko tells Mitsuki all about Maui. Maui is basically a demigod that they worship, and he's actually from their family. Just wait, what? So that teenager that Bakugo was talking about was Maui? As she says, "Yeah." Yes, oh, okay. And, I'm about to end this soon because my throat's starting to get hurting. And, the first day of UA comes across, which I'm going to do the quirk apprehension test, and they're going to end it. So they go to UA, they go in, they sit down. Aizawa comes in after a while of it, just talking to each other. He says, "Took you guys 10 seconds to shut up. That won't do it all. Put on these uniforms and go outside. We're going to be doing a quirk apprehension test." They say, "No." Iraki says, "What about, what about, what's it called? What about orientation?" Aizawa says, "You don't need orientation. Just go outside and put on these clothes." As he says, "Okay." Everyone goes out, they put on the clothes, and, they do the exams. Izuki and Bakugo do better than what they did. Izuki and Bakugo do better. Izuki getting first place getting second place on the ball throw with her telekinesis. Bakugo getting third place for these explosions, being stronger. And they overall did good. The running, they got second and third. Bakugo in front of Izuki. The grip strength, Bakugo gets first on it. Well, yeah, he get second after what's that dude name with the multiple arms? And Izuki gets somewhere above all the girls and behind the dudes that got she actually behind the dude with Sugar Rush quirk. And that's all done. And as I basically sent them home after, they do a couple more classes, and they see Maui in one of their classes, which is actually their combat class that he's going to be teaching. No, he going to be teaching history and combat. They know Bako and Deku. Bako and Izuki talk to, Deku. And he says, oh, okay. After, talking to him, says, oh, hello, you two. And, they go away. As, sorry for that long pause. Yawning. As Izuku basically, as they go through class normally, and they do it. That's when they do ask them how they know that teenage dude that doesn't wear a shirt or pants. They say, oh, he is Izuku. He's actually a member of my family, like a distant relative. As they say, oh, cool, from Izuki. They ask what his quirk is. She says he has a shape-shifting quirk, and he also has, super strength. He's actually stronger than All Might. They say, wait, what? You gotta be joking. As, he says, I'm not. I'm telling the truth. At the thing, oh, well, okay. And then that's it. Then they leave, and, we're gonna pick this up next time. But I'm leaving it off here. My throat is getting dry. And goodbye, people. Thank you for watching.